Welcome to Life Esteem, a program committed to delivering information that's important to you and your community.
Always good to have you as a viewer. Welcome. We're here to talk with a dynamic couple here in the Harrisburg area who are doing some tremendous work in a lot of different ways. Dr. Felicia Brown-Haywood and Reginald Haywood, they're a husband-wife team who do drama ministry.
Yes.
Among all other kinds of things. They have a hair salon, teaching and working at Penn State University. Man, you guys do so much. It's good to have you on the show.
Well, thank you.
Okay, but you're coming on today to talk about something very special. Tell us all about it.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we're here to talk about a production that we are doing this year. It's the Beulah Baptist Church Drama Ministry, and we're doing a play this year. The play is called A Son is Given. What is it called now? A Child is Born, a Son is Given.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. And so we're going to be doing this play in December, the first part of December. Mm-hmm. This will be our 7th year in production. Mm-hmm. And so we're really excited about it this year because the venue has been changed over to the museum,
Pennsylvania
State Museum of Pennsylvania. Yeah, State Museum of Pennsylvania. And you know, Pat and I don't think we've ever missed one of your shows.
No, you
have
not.
We have not.
They are fantastic.
Thank you.
Yes, they are.
They're all original plays written by Reginald and myself.
Okay.
He's the primary writer. I just add the little comedic kinds of
Yes,
the
you
part
do.
that you laugh at.
But
That's
you
what I
also
add.
sing. You sing
She
very
sings,
well.
but not only does she sing, she's the one also responsible
Well,
for all the
the
costumes
costumes,
yes.
and all of that. So she's truly totally committed to that
Yes,
aspect.
yes,
Okay.
absolutely.
But you know what I like about it? It's a community happening. I mean, you get a huge turnout in terms of audiences. You've actually had to move it around a few times just trying to experiment. You got to get everybody there, right?
Absolutely,
Yes,
yes.
absolutely.
One of the things that's very interesting about it is that it's a tremendous outreach. This year we have approximately somewhere between 20 and 24 churches in the Harrisburg, greater Harrisburg area that are participating in the production.
Okay.
And also we have a great loyal group of people that are followers and supporters.
That's right.
And they
Like yourselves.
yeah, right.
Yeah.
They're there every year, and they're cheerleaders. And basically, that's how we get up most of our funding done is through fundraisers, through charitable donations, and just through the volunteers that come out every year, and the actors and singers. So you know, it's not about the money; it's about ministry. So.
That's right.
Amen. Amen to
Now
that.
this year you're having 2 shows.
Yes, we have 3 shows.
3 shows.
Yeah, we have
Okay.
3
3 shows.
We always have 3 shows. We have one on
matinee.
Friday, and then we have a matinee on Saturday, and then we have an evening performance.
On Saturday evening.
On Saturday.
I didn't realize you had a Friday show.
I forgot about that. I
Okay.
remember that.
Friday evening show.
Friday.
Okay, and they're all at the State Museum?
Yes.
State Museum.
This year they're all at the State Museum.
Great. And if anyone doesn't know, the State Museum is located down on North Street, right
Yeah,
on
300.
3rd and North. Was it 300 North Street, right?
300
300 North Street. They do a fantastic job of opening up their venue to community, so you got to come out and support, you know. Oh, let's talk about that parking situation. I know the first thing people talk about.
Yeah.
Man,
Yes.
you have to pay for that parking, but you worked out something special.
Well, we
didn't you?
have been blessed
Yes,
in that all those who purchase a ticket will also have free parking in the South Street garage.
Fantastic. Good, good, good.
So purchase your ticket and purchase them early.
Purchase some early.
And
That's
there's
right.
very limited reserve seating because of the way the building is made. There's not a whole lot of reserved seating. So
No.
all y'all people who like to be up there very close, you get your tickets as soon as you find out they're coming out. You need to buy those tickets early.
And truthfully, there's not a bad seat in the house.
No, there isn't.
It's just
No.
really
There isn't.
because
I
it's
mean,
down.
you know.
Yes, it's a nice way it's
Yeah,
made.
yeah, they hold about 400 people there,
Yes.
and you know, kind of thing.
Yes,
So
we want them to pack the place.
pack
Yes,
it out
every
yeah.
night. Every night.
Every night.
Yeah,
pack the
and
place.
again, let's make the point that your participants, your actors and your singers and all, they come from all various churches.
Yes.
Is that right?
Yes, we had last year. There were 28 different churches
Wow.
represented, different denominations, different faith traditions were all represented. 28 different churches.
I think we know somebody in the play, don't we?
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
you do.
Yeah, we do have
Yeah.
someone we're familiar with. Okay.
What's her name?
Our oldest daughter, Terry,
Yes, yes. She's
been a part of it and sings on the choir.
Yes, she
and,
does. She's
yeah.
a tremendous blessing to the drama ministry.
and she's helped us out a lot. As a matter of fact, her membership came through the drama ministry.
It certainly did.
And so we're just blessed to have her, and you know, it's been a
And she loves it. Yeah, she absolutely loves it. Yeah. I was trying to recruit her for our Kwanzaa program. She said, "Oh, I can't do that." I got a view party. Blah, 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 blah. I said, what? That's
Yeah.
great.
Something.
Yeah.
She's a wonderful blessing, as are all the individuals who
Absolutely.
have been a part of the ministry.
And you've
And
had-
it is truly a ministry.
It is truly a
It is
ministry.
really
Yeah.
speaking God's truth and God's word through the arts.
Yeah. Well, what I like also is you're intergenerational. You have
Yes,
people
we
all
are.
ages.
Yeah, we
All
do.
ages.
Yes.
And we want
And
to make sure-
abilities, physical
Right.
and
That's
different
right.
physical abilities as well. Yes.
And one thing we do, we use anybody that wants to, anybody that has a heart and wants to participate, we find a spot for you. So it's not about your talent, it's not about how much you can dance or sing, it's about just having a willing heart. And that's what God is about, and that's what we want to be about.
Yeah, we write people in. If they say,
Yeah.
I can't do, all I can know how to do is raise my right hand, we'll have a right hand person that can be able to raise their right hand during the course of the play.
That's fantastic.
So approximately how many people do you think in your, cast?
For
that
this,
yeah.
for this particular production,
Well, when you think about the cast, we have normally a choir of about 50 people, and then we have maybe about 40 to 50 people in the cast, the actors and what we call cast people who don't actually have real speaking parts, but they make up the cast, the background singers, and just the people in the village. Because this year we're doing a biblical type play, and we go back and forth from doing the Bible type play, and sometimes we do contemporary. But no matter what kind of play we do, we make sure that it is spiritual in content,
That's right.
and we make sure that it is steeped in African American culture, because that's one thing that we want to do is to bring the African American culture out, which we don't get a lot of that. Sometimes we go see plays, so but we make sure that we do that at the same time.
so the biblical in content, we go back in history and use the biblical characters and try and look at that particular era. So, and the contemporary is more like today's time.
Okay.
But each one of the plays, even the biblical and content play, also we try and address social issues, at
Right.
least one social issue at a time. Last year's play, we looked at homelessness.
Yes, I remember,
The year before, the Mama's House, Christmas at Mama's House, we looked at single parenting.
Right. Yeah.
So we try and address each one of those plays and talk about what the Bible has to say about that particular situation.
Dr. Hayward, I remember when we were at Capital Presbyterian Church, and you brought a group up, I think, out of Philadelphia.
Yes.
And they were dealing with, I think, abuse of all types of abuse and stuff. So you have been on this for a minute. You've been
long
doing
time.
this for a long time.
She's on the battlefield, that's for sure.
On the
Yeah.
battlefield. But that was fantastic production there as well. So all of your plays have meaning.
Yes.
They're biblical, they're spiritual, and they embrace community.
Yes.
And they come from an African American perspective.
Yes.
It's fantastic stuff. And it's not like you just started doing this. You've been doing this for a while. And the community does know about you, but I'm so glad we have you on the show that we can give you to a larger, broader.
Thank you. We
Thank you
appreciate
so
it.
much.
Yes,
Thank
indeed,
you. We
because people
appreciate
should see
that.
what you're doing. Now, let's shift gears for a minute, because you're a husband and wife team.
Yes.
Do a lot of dynamic stuff. Everyone knows Dr. Felicia Brown-Haywood from Penn State University and all the great work you're doing down there.
But
And,
everybody knows me as Reggie's wife, too.
I was going to say that. Because he owns a
Hair salon.
And look, you get a chance to meet a lot of folks just through the
Yes.
hair salon.
Yes, we do.
Tell us a little bit about your business, and then let's talk about Penn State for a
Okay,
minute.
well, it's primary business is doing hair, and we sell makeup line. We sell our own makeup line.
have our own makeup line.
And one thing about our shop is that not only do we do hair, we also try to do ministry. And that's one thing about our shop. We want to make sure that God is being lifted up. We do everything as we're doing it unto God. But in that sense, I think I'm a dynamite hairstylist. So
Yes.
if you need a do, come see me. I'm the one.
you don't
I've been doing hair for a long time,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
I kind of know the little tricks and trades, and I can get you right.
He's been doing
All
hair
right.
longer than I've been born.
Oh, yeah, right.
Okay, I made that up.
Reggie always reminds me of Nick Ashford. Remember Ashford?
Yes,
Right.
yes,
Yeah,
yes,
always.
yes,
And I always
yes,
think,
yes,
every time I see you, I
yes.
think of
And where are you
dynamic
located?
people.
Where's the
Oh, we're
shop?
located at 3978 Jonestown Road in Harrisburg, not far from, I'm trying to think what's close
The beauty
to us.
school is
Yeah,
right
the beauty
across the
school,
street.
right. From the
Empire.
beauty school.
And
Yeah.
also not far from the mall. You're
Right.
going up towards Colonial Park Mall and all
Yes.
that.
Yes,
right
in that
there.
area.
Yeah, very good stuff. Okay. And so, and how long have you been at Penn State, and what do you do?
Well, I've been at Penn State longer than I've been born. And
Yeah.
I am the Director of Student Affairs. And I've been there a long time. Actually, I went to Penn State as a staff counselor psychologist in the 1980s, prior to attending Penn State for a graduate degree. Finished my doctoral degree at Penn State in something, and have been there ever since the 80s.
Yeah. But you also have degrees in theology, I understand.
I do.
Tell us about that.
I have a master's in counseling psychology. I have a master's in divinity as well.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and a doctorate in education.
She stayed in school more than
I
she stayed
love
at home.
school.
Yeah.
School is your friend. All you folks, from the cradle to the grave. School
Education.
is your friend.
That's right. and you've mentored so many good folks
Oh,
around
God
here.
bless you.
And this is like
Thank
the
you.
untold story. I mean, we always hear about the negative stuff, but come on, That's why I always say thank God for, Channel 21 and for doing what they do to support this show called Life Esteem.
And we
lift
thank
up
God for
positive
you
people.
all, because
Yes.
how about you are the griots of the neighborhood
That means we're
and
getting
our
old. Don't even
mentors
try.
as well. No, you tell the stories. You
I
allow
appreciate
individuals to tell their stories.
Yeah.
appreciate
So
it.
we definitely appreciate you all.
Well, the one thing I always appreciated about you, and another thing that you have too, is another project that you have of spirituality and music. Talk about that, because that particular CD was just truly off the
Oh,
charts.
yes.
Oh, thank you so much. That CD was spawned in my spirit after Maya Angelou's talk here at Penn State. I mean, when Penn State brought it in here in Harrisburg, when she said that we had to be the rainbow in somebody's cloud.
Yes.
And so I went forward and did a CD called Singing My Way Through the Healing Properties of African American Spirituals. And that CD speaks to my own enslavement, if you will, by being a victim of sexual abuse, and how the spirituals helped me sing my way through that pain and that suffering. And I likened it, or juxtapositioned it, to my ancestors and their enslavement on the shores of America, and how it was involuntary. And how I sang their songs, the same songs that they used for liberation and freedom, even though they were enslaved. I sang those songs for liberation and freedom and healing and transformation from where I found myself.
Fantastic. Good stuff.
And
Yeah.
she
those
gets a
of
little
you-
choke.
and-
She gets a little
I
choked
know,
up
I
when she-
do.
when she-
This is-
I
I
do.
understand.
I can
She's
appreciate
passionate.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
She's
really
very
passionate about
passionate.
Yeah,
that.
and on all the proceeds, the CDs are $12 each, and all the proceeds go to the YWCA of Greater Harrisburg for programs against domestic violence and sexual assault.
Fantastic. We just started a chaplains training institute in cooperation with Pinnacle Health. It's called the Life Esteem Chaplains Training Program.
saw that.
And we have probably like 25 students now that have signed up. We meet
Wow,
twice
awesome.
Yeah, 20, so,
Yeah,
and it's really in quality people coming through. It's just amazing.
Yes.
But and I'm gonna have to have you come in and talk to them.
Oh, absolutely. I was going to try
Absolutely.
and sign up for the class, but I had
Please.
Right now,
You sign
very
up for
busy.
nothing. You would be teaching something. No, I'm very serious.
God
Yeah, you
bless
would be a
you.
fantastic blessing. So we'll talk more about that.
Yes, okay.
This is great. So let's talk about the play again, because the play has, again, it has some healing qualities to it in many different ways. It brings community together. You always have a solid message. So why did you start this some 7, 8 years ago? What happened?
Well, it really was birthed out of the Sunday school ministry at our church. We were having little kids every year do their little play, and and everybody said, well, it's a nice little play, but we get something different.
Grown-up
And,
said, I want to be involved.
So what happened was the teachers and all the people that were in the Sunday school ministry said, well, why don't we get the men to do something? We need to get some men in the church to do something. So what they did, they called on, they said, well, Mr. Haywood, Deacon Haywood, he's full of drama, so let's get, so let's get him.
Well,
And
that's because he wrote all the stuff.
because
He wrote the stuff for the Sunday
I
school.
wrote stuff for the Sunday school. So
Oh,
they
okay.
got me, and then they asked me to help get some other guys, and they got Gary Powell, Anthony Davis, and Shakira Jones. And so they asked the four of us to just volunteer, and we did. We submitted to them, and so I said, okay, I'll write a play, and that was our first production. It was called For Unto Us. No, what was it called? No, it was called what was it called?
For Unto Us.
Oh, For Unto Us.
Yeah.
No, that's this one.
Okay.
It
It was a dynamic
It was
play.
dynamic play.
And anyway, so we wrote
It'll
that
come to
play,
you.
and the play was so dynamic. Like you said, it was a dynamic play, and we did it again the next year. And the amazing thing about that was that the people who were sitting in the front seats the year before were the same people that were sitting
In the front seats.
You know,
She's laughing, and she was one of them. I'm like,
Yeah.
And so from that
Born
point
this
on,
day.
yeah, born this day.
Born this day.
Born this day. And from that point on, we've been doing, that's been seven years
Years
now.
ago.
Fantastic. Great.
Well, you know, every year it's just amazing to me the quality, okay, of the production, and it just truly just allows you to really see the talent that's here in our community.
Yes,
it does.
I
Amen
mean,
to
you just
that.
have no true appreciation as to what's here, right here,
That's
in
right.
Central Pennsylvania,
And the
and all
churches.
those in the churches, and how everyone has really come out and really contributed and participated. And you use everyone, like you say.
Yeah, we
you find
do.
in, everybody
do.
some role that they can play. I have a granddaughter. Remember, who's supposed
Yes,
to be
she's
writing
going to be
in
an
a-
angel.
She's gonna be an angel.
Yes,
And,
yes.
and that's one of the wonderful things about the
Yeah.
ministry. It provides an outlet for those churches who may not have the funding or the means to, for those people in the church to exhibit their talents and gifts. And so we provide an outlet for those people to come in, and they're just blessed by that. And we're blessed just to have them. So we take them in and we just love them.
And we are willing to go into any of the churches and help them build their drama ministries, and even showing how to make simple costumes or the biblical basis for the drama ministry, and to do workshops at any time. We're willing vessels because God put that in our heart and gifted us with such those gifts and talents, and we'll just go. You just call us, we'll come.
We'll be calling. We'll be calling.
Well, you know something else I just found out too. You all just recently celebrated your 100th anniversary of your church.
99.
99.
Yeah.
Okay, I knew it was real
Yeah.
close.
Yeah.
Yeah, 99.
99.
Yes, 99 of
Yes.
That's
Absolutely.
fantastic.
Yeah, I have a new pastor of the church.
Yes, that's
Your
we
pastor's
do.
name is?
Reverend Philip T. Deal.
Okay. Yes. Young man, right?
Yes,
Yes.
young man.
Fantastic.
Yes.
I understand on a wonderful ministry.
Yes, he
That's
is.
good. Good. So your church is growing, the ministry is growing, the drama, is really. So you're doing good work, and so I like the fact that you said you're willing to take it to other churches as well.
Oh, absolutely.
Because we all struggle a little bit.
We'll
Right?
pour into them what God
Yeah.
has poured into us.
Fantastic.
We'll share.
Good,
That's
good.
kingdom building, right?
That's right. That's right.
That's
yeah.
right, that most definitely.
And so one of the issues, of course, is always funding, and like you said, all these other churches come in and do. Have you thought about maybe even doing something even bigger outside of what you currently do? Because you do one production a year, is that right?
Yes.
And so
We have been asked that. Actually, we've been asked to travel to
Right.
to
Okay.
various places, including the D.C. area and some of the southern states, but we just can't do it because we don't have a traveling cast. These people volunteer their time, and they, you can't take off work and those kinds of things. So we have not thought about making it bigger per se, but we are following God's lead.
One thing I want to suggest to you, I'm going to say this on air. I just found out that the Pennsylvania Black Conference on Higher Education will hold their annual conference in Harrisburg in 2015. Right here in Harrisburg.
I'm on that planning
2015.
committee. I know. I'm on the
Yeah.
planning committee. I know.
Tell them they need a nice something drama in the evening to entertain
Oh,
everybody.
that might be a good idea.
Now,
We
think
could
about
write
that.
something now.
And then you
Yeah.
get exposure to all those universities and all
Right.
those people that are coming through.
That is true.
Hey, so
That
this
is
is just a
true.
thought,
Just a thought. That's a great thought too.
Yeah,
An
yeah.
outside the box thought.
Outside
I like
the box
that.
thought, okay.
Yeah,
So, yeah.
I like it.
So when
And,
is the conference going to be? Do you know
Yeah, when
the
is
dates?
the conference and all that stuff? I know
It's
in
usually in February.
February, March.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, around that time.
And I'm trying to think, I just heard from Sonia Man McFarland, and she
Okay.
was mentioning some things about vendors and all that, so
Right.
that's how I knew. Okay.
I'll
Real
know
good.
more. I'm in charge of the scholarship committee for that particular conference, so I'll be in touch with all the high school counselors. When I call, please answer so that I can get those scholarship recipients and we can make sure that we take care of them.
And for those persons who've never heard of the Pennsylvania Black Conference on Higher Education, it's been around since 1968, 69 or
Yes.
something like that. And I've been
Kay
doing
Leroy
great
Irvis.
with Dr. Kay Leroy Irvis, that's right, former House Speaker
That's
of
correct.
Pennsylvania and everything. And so the scholarships is a major part of it.
Yes, it is.
Right?
Yes, it is.
Developing professors and all that, major
And
part of it.
graduate students
Graduate
and students, undergrad and both graduate and undergrad students.
And plus, there is also a counterpart, and that is the student part,
Right,
which is
that's
called
when
the
they-
Robert Lynch Student Leadership
Yes,
Conference. And
yes.
Pat and I are
Yes.
involved in that part, and I love it. And so that's
A
usually held-
dynamic couple in that
Yeah,
part.
yeah, we appreciate it. And they are in Lancaster. That's always in Lancaster. In fact, this year, November something like 7th, 8th, and 9th or something like that.
Coming up soon.
Yeah,
Yeah,
coming up very soon. Yeah,
It'll be
and
held.
Penn State always sends students.
Yes,
Yeah.
we
Always.
try and send
Yeah.
at least a dozen.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Penn State
that's just from Harrisburg, Penn State
Yeah,
Harrisburg.
Penn State
Penn State
They come from the
Harrisburg,
main
yes.
campus, all the
Yeah.
various campuses,
And
good
they all
stuff.
come out,
Yeah, so.
And you talked about mentoring, and one of the things too that we want to lift up is the individuals and folks here in our area that have gone through Penn State, okay, Harrisburg, and now the position they're in. Mavis Nemo.
Right.
Very,
That's
very
right.
good friend, colleague,
Yes,
talked
yes.
so highly of you, and
Oh,
the
bless
whole
her.
time that she was with you, Phoebe West.
Yes,
okay?
those are my
Yeah.
those are my babies.
Yeah, so it's another one that is just coming back and just really contributing and being a
Yes.
part of the community. And there's so many more. So I've shared that is because how important is forging those relationships and letting these young men and women just see the possibilities and having a Dr. Felicia Brown-Haywood and other folks that they can really look up to and assist and help support them.
But I got to
in
lift
that
up Brother
journey.
Reggie as well, because one of the
Yeah.
things we know is that we don't have enough men who are stepping up. And there's always that talk about, the
Yes.
crisis of the
Right.
black male in particular,
Yes.
being there. And so, and Brother, you've been a major, foundational
Thank you, sir.
figure in our community for a long time.
Dynamic Sunday school teacher.
Yeah, okay.
You just
Go ahead.
interview his young men that
All
he
right.
teaches, and
Yes. I have a heart for teaching young men, and
That's
and that's one of the things I know that God has put in my heart, and I am devoted to giving them the best I can.
Okay.
the principles and precepts that
Right.
of a godly man. Yes.
That's good. That sounds like a seminar, y'all. We need to do that's a community
Yeah.
seminar there.
I People have asked that too.
Mhm, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I can see
as
that
a
really
couple.
taking off in a nice direction. But let's get back to this event, and those people may not have joined us just now. Talk more about what's happening coming up, and this is December the...
It's going to be December the 5th, and we have a performance at the
State
State
Museum,
Museum
that's
of
right.
Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, and we have a 7 o'clock performance for those who just got tuned in. And we
Friday
have on
night.
Friday night, and then we have a two performances on Saturday. We have a 1:30 performance, matinee performance for early bird, and for our seniors, we like to get them. We don't want them driving at night, so
That's right.
come on out in the daytime so you can see. And also we have another performance at 6:30. That's our final performance. So there's 3 performances, and like we said, there's going to be ample parking because parking is free. When you buy your ticket, you'll be getting free parking at the South Street Garage.
And the name of the play is?
For a son is a child is born, a son is given.
All right. Good.
Well, let's talk about some of the other plays, because that's the other thing, too. The ones you had previously, like last year's play was...
But last year, I was sick, and the doctor told me to take. I
remember that.
The doctor told me to take off a year. He said, you need to take
that's
off
right,
a
you
year.
took off a year, that's right.
And our phone never stopped ringing.
Yeah, and that was not because normally the plays. People have told me that the play jumpstart my Christmas season. Without that play, I don't know if I'm going to make it to the holiday. So I said, oh, you'll make it. But anyway, so I got a lot of phone calls. But what we did a Christmas program,
Yes,
and your daughter was an intricate part of it because she's one of our soloists. And so we did a Christmas program, and they kept me out of the loop. They just said, look, you
Yes,
just sit
just
back.
for-
The church will handle it. You need to sit down and rest. And so I had to be obedient to them and my doctor's order. And they did a marvelous program last year that kind of supplemented not having to play.
It was
But-
on a very small scale. It was
Yeah.
just basically
But it was
church
nice, though.
Sunday school.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the play before that we did over at the Church Without Walls, and that one was called Going Home for Christmas.
That's the one, yeah,
Oh,
going
yeah.
home for
And that one
Christmas.
was about a little old man that was going home for Christmas. And when they said going home, he was dying.
Yeah.
And he did go
But
home.
no
before-
one knew.
And no one knew it. He went home for Christmas, and he was rich, and they didn't know it. And
But he appeared to be homeless.
He's been- I
But if
remember
you
that,
want
yeah.
if you want to get the CD, call Beulah Baptist Church, and we'll make sure that you'll get
Alright.
And-
because that was a very popular one, Going Home for Christmas.
Right. And then the one before that we did was Mary
Biblical
Did
characters.
Mary Did You Know?
That's
That was a really dynamic one. We had I think we had the disciples of Jesus Christ, and
They
did
stole the show.
They stole the show that year. They
Yeah.
did a temptation number. Y'all don't
I
recall
was going to
that?
mention that. And that was the one you had down at this
the
art.
Performing
Youth for
yeah.
Christ.
Youth for Christ.
That's
what
right,
it was.
Center.
Performing Arts place, yeah.
Yeah.
And then before that, we had my wife who played Christmas at Mama's.
Yes,
yes.
And that was the one dealing with family matters and the
Single
problems
parenting.
of single parenting and just family in general. And they had a really good message, and Mama was really good.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and we keep getting the call back for that one.
Good,
But
good.
someone else will have to play Mama, so you all listen. Someone else will be playing Mama.
Well, Cassie, I believe that Cassie Porter was your opposite.
Right,
so
right.
Because Cassie played it one night and my wife.
Yes,
Oh,
right.
okay.
She's a
Yeah.
dynamic
Yeah, she
actress.
is.
Yeah, Women Scout
Definitely.
Whites. Yeah,
Yeah.
So that's
You did a nice
fantastic.
job.
So, and that's the other thing, you've brought in, like you said, everybody.
Yeah,
Yes.
Great voices.
Yes.
And that Temptations piece, I call it Temptations piece, they were fantastic.
Yeah, everybody,
Yes.
everybody said, can I get that just by itself?
Right, so they just want to see that piece of it.
But I'm going to go back to the men again. That's the
Yeah.
other thing I like about your plays is that they're involving men.
Yeah.
Yes.
You know, women show up. Women
Right,
show up and
right.
they do what needs to be done. And you say, well, where are the brothers? But in your plays, you have a great mix.
Yes, and
And-
culturally and
Yeah.
and a cultural mix as well.
Yeah,
We
talk
had
about that a
even
bit
a
more.
student from Malaysia.
Right.
Come on, okay.
And that's one of the things that we encourage is trying to get different cultures to come in, you know, because it's not just a African American play. It's a play about Jesus Christ.
Right.
And so we want to get all cultures involved, and that's what we try to do. And especially men, you know, men are, like you say, women show up all the time, but you
All
know,
the
men,
time.
it's hard to get men. And so I encourage you men out there, if you're out there next year you hear about the play, please come out. We
Or
need
come
you.
out this time too. We'll
Oh,
find
yeah,
a
come
spot
out.
for you.
That's right. Come on out. Well, here's the thing. Okay, so people are just hearing about this for the first time. They're excited. They want to come to the play, of course. Is there anything that they can do just to support it? Can they get the word out? Can they come and, hand
Get
out
flyers or
Do you
whatever.
need
Yeah,
volunteers of any
absolutely,
type?
absolutely.
Okay.
They could come and they can collect flyers, hand out flyers, make sure it's announced at their churches, their synagogues, their
Okay.
mosques, in the neighborhood.
Okay.
They can help hand out postcards. They can pray for us
Right,
because
yeah.
the prayers of the righteous, we avail much power, so we need all the prayers. And just come out and be a part. You know, come
And also, we take donations.
We take-
we do
And
take
that's good. So
donations.
we do have donations, and if you want to, you can just make it in care of the Beulah Baptist Drama Ministry, and you know, whatever you give will be appreciated.
or water, if you want to donate some water or some juice,
Juice.
because we like to keep our
Yeah.
our cask hydrated.
That's right.
So we any of those kinds of things, or donate some time helping me make costumes. You seamstress out there, you could donate your time helping me make costumes. That's a repeat. That means it's needed.
Yeah, that's big time. Because
Yeah, the time that's involved.
Where
Yes, definitely.
exactly is Beulah Baptist located? You're in Stilton, or you're in?
We're in Stilton.
We're in Stilton, yeah, we're in
100
Stilton,
Livingston Street,
Okay.
Stilton, Pennsylvania.
I always find you,
17113.
but I always struggle to find. I mean, I get that. What do I do wrong? I'm always going all over the place.
Yeah.
But it's a great community church,
Right.
doing great work.
Thank
and everything.
you.
Okay, but you said it's 100
100 Livingston
Livingston.
Street.
Okay,
Livingston.
keep that in mind.
100
folks.
Livingston.
Yeah,
Yes.
great stuff. Okay.
Yeah, we're going to run out of time, but one thing I want to lift up as well is you have a very talented daughter as well.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Reggie
yeah.
Lynn, talk about Reggie Lynn and some of the things she's been involved with.
Right,
her
Reginald, yeah, she's been involved. She was the primary choreographer for the first couple of plays. She's now at Penn State University Park, majoring in integrative arts
Oh, that's great.
with a
Really?
focus in drama therapy. So she'll be doing arts with students with special needs.
One of the things I want to say very quickly is that I never forget when you did, was it her 16th birthday?
yeah.
And you did that very special
Yeah.
program at your house.
Purity and Motherwit.
Purity and Motherhood. That was really well done.
Very well done.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
it took you back to the, what our ancestors would have been proud of.
Yes.
And, how we
And
pass
we're
it
willing
on.
to help with that as well. Reginald says she wants everybody to do that. So.
Wow. That's
great.
Yeah, it's good stuff. Well, I know we're going to run out of time, so folks, you have got to support this fantastic play. It's put on by Beulah Baptist Church. They're out of Stilton, PA. This dynamic couple,
Yes.
Reginald and Dr. Felicia Brown-Haywood. They do just tremendous work. The plays are not only well crafted and put together, but they have a lot of meaning to them. The gospel is preached to you. You feel like part of the
Amen.
community, and you walk out lifted up. And like you said, it kickstarts your Christmas season. So that's what it's really all about. So congratulations to the both of you.
Well, thank
The play
you.
is going
Yes,
to be at
definitely.
the State
Support.
Museum, right? State Museum, of
Pennsylvania
Pennsylvania.
State Museum.
December the 5th and 6th.
That's
Yes.
correct.
5th is a Friday. It's 7 o'clock that Friday night, and then 1 o'clock and 6 o'clock.
1:30
1:30 and 6 o'clock on the 6th.
Saturday.
And that's Saturday.
Don't forget, we have a lot of things going on in the city, but you got to support. You have 3 opportunities to do it. Let's get it done. And thank you so much for watching this program. We'll see you next time here on Life Estate. Goodbye.